All right, I am live. Welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle, and I am here to do a reading for air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And that's Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node, South Node, whatever you feel like any placement in your chart where you have some air, this could be for you. And ultimately, you might not have any major air placements in your chart, and this could still be for you. It's my intention. There is something in here for everyone. And my readings are also timeless. So whenever you come across this is the right time for you. And what else? Yeah, I have chosen 3 cards from Wisdom of the Oracle, and I will be clarifying with some other decks. And I have also chosen, better to say, I have let the universe choose a song for you, and the title of that song is Extra Fresh. Which is so perfect with these cards. It's interesting because last time I did your reading, I was definitely struggling a little bit with trying to wrap my brain around the message and getting it out. And this one seems pretty straightforward. And in fact, we have a card that that I picked for you last time. So yeah. Basically, this whole concept of extra fresh has to do with cleaning stuff up in your life. You're getting messages from your higher power in whatever ways. Maybe you're asking questions. This is you getting to that place where you're being open to receiving the messages, and it's like, they come in all different ways. The way the universe sends messages is often through animals or song lyrics or random conversations or random thoughts. And we have Clean It Up, which is kind of what this song Extra Fresh makes me think of, which is needing to do some house cleaning, possibly physically in your outer world, in your home, your car, or whatever your normal space, living space is, but also doing the inner cleaning up. There's some kind of emotional baggage, mental stuff that's kind of holding you down that needs to be sorted through and cleaned out. It's time to make yourself, your life, extra fresh. And if you feel like, well, I've already done a bunch of cleaning, there's more to do. And particularly when we're talking about the inner cleaning, I think that so there's 2 things, that maybe you'll get some kind of message from the universe about how you can do more cleaning. But also, as you do this cleaning, it allows you to become more open and receptive to the messages that the universe wants to send you. And then we get Chop Wood, which we got for you last time. And this is that you're being given some kind of download. Typically, this card comes when there's something that we're trying to manifest, that we really want. And it's understanding that you have to take your attention off of that thing. Once you've put your desire out to your higher power, to the universe, then you have to divert your attention to other things. And one of the things this card talks about is getting into a kind of a contemplative, meditative space through doing those more mundane activities that ultimately have to get done. such as cleaning your house, such as doing that vacuuming, washing those dishes, laundry, whatever is required. And that is the space where you can get the downloads from often you can get your downloads from your higher power. So many people say that they get their best ideas, their biggest inspirations when they're in the shower. So there's something really important in the physical and metaphorical cleaning in your life, in yourself. So, okay. Let's see what the oracle. No, I'm starting with the good tarot. What does the good tarot have to say? I always like to start with the good tarot. It's the deck that's helped me learn basic tarot, although it's a little different than basic tarot. But Queen of Earth. This is you being very resourceful, being willing to put in the effort to clean things up. She's the master gardener, and one of the things I talked about in the last reading is this idea of when you plant a seed, you water it, you basically water it and then you walk away. And in the book, it talks about like pruning a tree, where you have to cut off the old dead stuff, water it, and then let nature take its course. It's this idea of, if you stand there waiting and watching, it's going to feel like it's never going to happen. And this is you getting to this place of understanding that what kind of effort is required. And a part of that is knowing when to walk away and work on something else, using all the resources that you have on hand. And I feel like there's something else here that I'm missing. I think this is because she can be very nurturing in a very physical sense, knowing how to nurture like a seed to grow it into the bountiful harvest. And so again, there's kind of this understanding that you have, or that you're gaining, about the right timing for any particular thing. And I think this is a part of the messages that you're getting. You're learning how to clean things up so you can get the messages. And it's helping you to get grounded within yourself. When we're up in our head, we kind of we miss the stuff that's right in front of us sometimes. And this is you getting out of your head and into your body, into your life, focusing on those details that you might miss sometimes. 4 of Fire. Ooh. Yeah, you're moving into this place of celebrating community, friendships, maybe even, it's opening you to a romantic partnership. Either one that you're already in, where it's helping it to flourish, to become better than it was. Or if you're single, then you're, potentially going to meet someone, because you're cleaning up, you're moving out the stagnant energy, and that allows something new to come in. Very, very harmonious and fun. And the 9 of Water. Yeah. This effort that you are taking to make everything extra fresh is leading you to this amazing emotional fulfillment of knowing that you put in the effort, and so you're receiving the rewards because of it and feeling so grateful because of it. I mean, yeah, there's I always forget certain words and I'm like, I know there's something I'm missing. I feel like, yeah, like with the Four of Fire, oh, this is a new creative phase. So cleaning up allows you to tap into your inspiration and your creativity, which I often say your inspiration is, it comes directly from your higher power because it's in the word inspire, in spirit. And that's part of the message that's coming from your higher power. Celebration, pleasure, and harmony in relationships. Yeah. And then, and maybe I said this, maybe I didn't, but this doesn't have to be romantic. Any relationship in your life, this work that you're doing, this inner work, outer work, whatever, it has a ripple effect in all your relationships, including the one with yourself. And yeah, the Nine of Water. I'm just looking because I know there's words that I'm missing. This is dreams coming true, wishes fulfilled, completion of the cleaning up process so that you can receive all the good things the universe wants to bring you and give you. Enjoyment, contentment, achievement of desire. Yeah. And it's all because of the work that you've done. And yeah, there's a lot of, this card is also very much about gratitude, being grateful for what you've actually managed to manifest in your life. You know, when we do that inner work, that shadow work, and then we start to see results, it can feel really good. Like, oh, this does work. Like I do actually feel better. There is something to be said for forgiving and releasing and, you know, all the things. Becoming aware of our ego. I just started reading this book, A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. I had to look up the pronunciation of his name because a lot of people say Tolle or Tolle, and I'm like, this guy's German. I don't know that it's pronounced that way. And yeah, it's Tolle. Anyway, this book is amazing because he really gets into explaining how we become very identified with forms in our life, including our identity, but it's actually our ego that's identified, and that there's another part of ourself, this observer that kind of sees it all happening, that I don't know if I can explain it very well right now. I'm still working through this book, but ultimately that once you become aware of how your ego has such a strong hold in your life and ultimately holds you back because you're not aware, becoming aware then allows things to kind of naturally come into balance. I really recommend it. It's an amazing book. There's a lot to chew on in it. Okay. So then we get the Hangman in this deck, suspense and waiting. I think there's this period of waiting that you're going through because the Hangman can often be about a perspective shift. And you're in the process of finding the balance in your life through the cleaning up process. It's not something that happens overnight. It's definitely a process. And so it's causing you to wait. You're kind of waiting for each next message because it's all like puzzle pieces creating the bigger image. Recharge your hopes. Oh, which lands on this card. Same card, Four of Fire, Four of Wands. Oh, yeah. This period of time that you're doing this work, that you're not necessarily moving forward, you're cleaning up and tying up loose ends and all that, it's allowing you to see things in a whole new way. Recharging your hopes puts you in a place of feeling excited for what's to come. To, a place where you can feel like you want to celebrate. And it is making your relationships more harmonious and awesome. Oh man, the more I do tarot, the more I fall in love with it. It's amazing. Challenges and problems. There will always be challenges and problems in life. That is a part of being human. And you can choose to let it drag you down, and you can become identified in being the victim. This thing happened to me. This person did this thing to me. Oh, poor me. Or you can choose to see things in a new way, in a new perspective, from a new perspective, where it's like, okay, I'm bumping up against some things, not comfortable, but what's the lesson in it? There's an opportunity here for growth. Where are you contributing to this? What in you, how are you contributing to this situation? How could you resolve it? If it's possible. Sometimes you just have to walk away. But you always have a hand in any challenges and problems that you face. And if you're not happy with it, how can you change it and start taking the steps towards it? And a part of that is learning how to just clean up your mental and emotional stuff that is keeping you stuck to these problems. There's another way up this mountain where you're not going to encounter so many challenges and problems. You don't need to let those hold you back. Oh, okay, so let me look at Osho Zen. Suppression. This is a part of what you've been bumping up against. You spend a lot of time pushing things away, pushing things down. And this is a part of the cleaning it up process, is understanding that you have to, all this has been shoved into a dark room somewhere, a dark box, door shut and locked, or the lid locked, whatever. And you need to open the door. You need to open the lid, shine the light on what's in there. Chances are there's a lot of cobwebs and dust and dirt and who knows what else, what other funkiness is going on. And the beauty of this card is that, see this figure, there's all these ropes around it. Him kind of looks like a him. We'll say him. But they're pretty loose. Like, it seems like he could shake them off pretty easily. And we have the window up here. And in this moment, I'm thinking the window to the mind. And it's very cloudy. And being weighed down by all the negative thinking, the negative self-talk. And understanding that when you shake those ropes off, you can actually free yourself. You can step through this window and realize that if you just looked one way or another, that, there's clear sky. that you can let those clouds pass. But this is absolutely going within and doing that work and understanding that whatever you feel in any given moment is meant to be there. It wants to be acknowledged, it wants to be looked at and examined. And just by the act of doing that helps to begin to dissolve it. If you're pushing it down, if you're saying, I don't want to look at this, it feels bad, you know, for some people, there can be this sense of, and I kind of have dealt with this in my life, this sense of, I need to be, I need to not be negative. I need to push the negative stuff away and be positive and happy all the time. And that is a form of suppression as well. You're suppressing what is there. You're ignoring what is in favor of what you want or what you think it should be. And so it's just being present with whatever comes up. And this can be uncomfortable when you're used to pushing it away, but it will help it to dissolve. This actually holds you in this mental prison a lot longer. And the thing about this card is it's the 10. So a 10 is always an ending of a cycle. And this card in particular speaks of burdens. So you have this burden because you've been suppressing all this stuff that needs to have a light shined on it, that needs to be cleaned up, have that energy moved. And you're going to see a pretty quickly when you start doing this, a shift in your life, in your energy. And and then that's when you can start inviting in the people, these new relationships, even old relationships, where suddenly things shift, where maybe you've had trouble connecting with people in the past, and suddenly you're like, oh, you're seeing things in a new way. Because you're examining the stuff within yourself, you're starting to have compassion for other people, because suppression comes from judging something in yourself. And when you judge yourself, you automatically judge others. Anybody who you see is very critical and judgmental of others, you can know always that they are the harshest critic of themselves. And so this is you releasing that, and that allows you to open the space for others to be who they are. And you're realizing, you're seeing that these people reflecting back to you this inner beauty that you've been so busy trying to push away because you had some weird concept of it being bad in some way. And this is allowing you to show up with your heart on your sleeve, opening your heart to yourself, to others, being able to connect very harmoniously. Stress. Yeah, this might be a knee-jerk reaction for you when you hit those challenges and problems. You automatically go to this place of, oh my God, I need to figure this out, or I need to fix this, or this is making me feel so, crazy somehow. So many of us do end up feeling this way. And it's understanding that when you hit those challenges and problems, you don't need to try and keep everything up in the air. You need to get into that place of observing your own thoughts, your attitudes. Are they actually true? Do they actually serve you? Is that actually what's happening? Or are you making up stories? This is somebody trying to be so in control of things. And this is the universe like, no, I'm going to pop that bubble. And so you needing to step back, step down, and you kind of, I think that's a part of the cleaning it up process. Releasing that stress around having to be something different than you are. Suppression comes from thinking that you need to be different than you are. It's why we suppress. It doesn't feel good. It shouldn't be there. We're fighting against what is. And it's time to just surrender, step off the bubble before the universe does it. If you can do it before the universe does, I guarantee it will go way better. If the universe comes in and is like, okay, I'm taking over. I just said this in my reading for fire signs yesterday, where it's sort of like when the universe comes in, it's like the parent telling the child, you can clean up your room or I can clean up your room. And if you do it, then you get to keep all your stuff. If I do it, you're gonna be missing some toys. There's a much heavier hand in it typically. Pippy Pappy, hello, welcome. All right. Ooh, this card was just laying here. I feel like I need to speak to this as well. Integration. You're in this place of integrating what you're learning, integrating the new parts. New parts, they're not new. Parts that you've suppressed for so long, they might feel new. This is about finding balance. Getting to that place where you stepped off the bubble and you're in a place of calm and serenity, seeing the bigger picture, tapping into your higher power through your intuition, being all connected, because you're taking those physical steps to clean it up. Hey, RB, you're back. Welcome. All right, so I think I'm just going to go to the Spirit Animal Oracle, and yeah, we'll just finish this out with these. Otter Spirit, you are never alone. I love this card. Otters are so great because they're very community oriented. They're very attached to their loved ones. And, this otter is in the shape of a heart. And we have the heart here, the connection with others through cleaning up. You are never alone. I think this is you getting tapped into your higher power and understanding that universe does have your back. That things don't happen to you, they happen for you as you do this inner shadow work. Dragonfly Spirit, truth transcends illusion. Ooh, this speaks exactly to what I was just talking about with the book, with New Earth. Am I saying that right? Where is that book? I just had it. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Yeah, where did it go? Well, whatever. This is seeing beyond the illusion of what your ego sees and understands. That pretty much any time the ego is feeding you stuff, it is from a place of illusion. No, I don't have basketball cards. I have tarot and oracle cards. Dragonfly. Yeah, and dragonflies are so great because they're able to fly really quickly, but they're also able to hover. And I don't know, there's definitely this sense of gaining this ability, gaining abilities within yourself to know when it's time to fly and when it's time to just kind of stay in one place and clean things up, do those mundane little things. Thank you. That's right. I am not qualified to show basketball cards. I know not a lot about basketball. Rhino spirit, overcome any obstacle. Overcome any obstacle. Know that you don't have to struggle when you hit those obstacles. When you just allow yourself to gain the new perspective of how to move around them, move forward, find a way up the hill where you're not being held back by swords or whatever is in your way. And you can overcome any obstacle. And you are. If you haven't gotten to that place yet, you will. You definitely will. It's doing that work, and you're going to see results from it. And it's going to create this momentum that's really going to propel you in this amazing way. I look like a Virgo. I don't even know what that means. I know so many different Virgos, and we all look very different. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day and tomorrow, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe.